All right, so I feel really stupid standing in my garage, talking to myself, holding a camera. Guess I got to get used to that. All right, so welcome to the channel. One of the first things that I want to do on this channel is do something about my garage setup here. So right now I have this single bench. It's very functional. I work on a lot of bike stuff as well as a bunch of car stuff. I love working on my cars as well. My 97 Jeep, the SportTrac, and my kids have older cars, so I work on their cars a lot too. So let me give you a little tour, quick tour, and then talk about what I want to do and the changes that I want to make here to make this more functional for doing some bigger projects out here in the garage. So let me give you a look. So it's not pretty, but it is very functional. Okay, works very well for working on bike stuff. I've got bike stuff in all these containers up here. I've got my Allen keys and things like that for working on bikes, but it also works very well for working on cars. As you can see, I got a bunch of car stuff over here, full toolbox, compressor, all that good stuff. But that is the only workspace that I have, that bench right there. And like I said, it's worked great. But the problem is now is I have a welding machine that I need to put out here in the garage. I need to make some space for it because I want to do some welding projects, not only on the Jeep, but also on the SportTrac, so that I can use it for more overlanding and taking out to do more mountain bike trips and things like that. So to do that, I need to get the welder in the garage here. And right now, on that bench, I don't have enough space. So what I want to do is I want to get rid of all of this stuff over here. I want to move it and install a bench coming off of that one that provides more workspace, and where I can put the welder over here in this area. So the welding machine will go in this area. All of that stuff will move. All the hanging tools and shovels and stuff, all that's going to get out of here. This shelf's going to get out of here. All this stuff's going to get out of here. And I'm going to build another bench or workspace coming off of there. And the lawnmower will go underneath it. Some of the woodworking tools and stuff can go underneath it. A shelf across the top that then I can put all these bins and stuff like that for storage. So for extra storage space. So that will extend my workbench all the way down this wall and provide a place to put the welding machine, and that way I can work on some welding projects. So that is what I have in store to start off this channel. Is first, let's create a space that'll work better for doing projects and stuff here in the garage. So I'm gonna probably put this on time lapse or something. I'm not real sure how this is gonna work, but first thing I gotta do is I need to move all of that stuff. So that's the first thing we're gonna do. Stay tuned. Okay, now we got the space is all cleared out. Now what I need to do is I'm going to do some measurements and stuff, so you're going to see me doing some of that. I need to see if I can get the lawnmower here underneath the bench over here, because the lawnmower is still going to come into here until I can get a shed out in the back. So I'm going to get the lawnmower underneath. The bench is going to come across and then maybe out this way in an L shape. Hopefully, that'd be cool. And then a shelf up the top. So right now, before I go up to the hardware store, I'm going to take some measurements, see what kind of wood I need, how much wood I need, and then we're going to take a trip and go get it. And then we're going to start building. That's simple. Okay, so I'm back from the store with the wood, but before I can start cutting the wood and building the bench and everything back here, I need to clear some space. And clearing some space means getting all of this stuff that was over there on the rack. All of that is going to go here, and I hope that's not too dark, but this has always been kind of wasted space. Like, I don't know what all this stuff is. It's just kind of always been hanging there. So I'm going to take down that, and I'm going to put that other rack here, so the shovels and rakes and cords and hoses and that kind of stuff, that can all hang right here above my spare wood pile, and that way it is up off the ground and out of the way, and then we can start building the shelf, so, or the bench, building the bench. So that's what we're going to do now. Going to put you back on time lapse and get to work. Okay, so completed the tool rack, and now we're going to bring the wood in, get ready to build the bench. So here's how the tool rack turned out. Everything's hanging up now, back in its place, or a place, right above the spare wood rack. So hey, that works out great, and I got rid of all the other junk that I didn't need anymore. So got the sawhorses set up. So now we're going to bring in the rest of the wood and build the bench and little workspace there. So here we go. Hello. I'm sure for those of you who are carpenters, this is painful to watch. So I am not a carpenter, not by any stretch. So just kind of doing it the redneck way. So looks like I got it level and the length that I want. I am going to build this return right here. Not sure how big it's going to be, but I am going to do something here, probably just, I probably won't go out any further than that. So I just don't know how deep that I want it to be, but I do want to have a little bit of a return here. And so that's how it looks right now until I get the top on it. So I'm going to screw in those two boards there, and then I got to figure out a way. I need to fasten this side to the wall. So as I found with benches like this, works really good if you attach them to the wall, keeps them nice and strong and sturdy. So that's what I'm looking to do over here as well. So all right, we're going to finish up here. Okay, obviously it's a new day, and I had to stop last night at some point. I did forget to film the last part of yesterday, which was attaching the top, but that's all I did. I attached the top, and then I cleaned up the garage and put some stuff away. So today, what the plan is, I'm going to build a shelf underneath here. to store metal and other things, like a lot of that rebar and stuff like that, and those gas cans, get them up off the floor. We have a light. I got a 36-inch light that we're going to hang under that shelf so that we have lighting in this area. We got to run power. That's a whole nother story, and I'll do that another time. So, and we're going to build the shelf here for the bench grinder, because the bench grinder right now is over here on this end of the bench, and I kind of want to get it out of this area and get it over to where the welder's going to be and bench grinder and that stuff. So metal projects and other wood projects, when I do wood projects, will all happen right here. So I'm going to put you on time lapse, and we're going to do this again. Thanks. Okay, again, not a carpenter, so you carpenters out there, I know probably killing you the way I do this, but whatever, it's functional. All right, so I got a shelf, now I got that done, got the rebar over there. I'll probably have, I'm gonna leave this empty right now because I'll probably have other stuff that I wanna put in there. And so, not real sure. So the welding machine, if the welding machine's in that corner, there's probably some other things that I'm going to need that I'll end up storing there, spare metal and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and build the shelf here. So I want to come out 12 inches and go over, and then I'm going to support it so the bench grinder can go right here. So that way I have all this workspace, and then the bench grinder here makes more sense than having it way over there. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to build this shelf, and that's it. All right. Okay, so first part, phase one is complete. I now have my workspace, my new workspace, complete with light. Like I said, the welding machine will go over here in this corner on that bench. And I may or may not put a metal top on that. I haven't decided. Probably going to stain it at least. But I may put some sheet metal across the top of it. Got a shelf down below for storage. My blue rolling cart is here. That's my dad's old cart. He passed away 2 years ago, and that was his from the time I was growing up. You could tell it has the old 5.0, had 5.0 stickers on it. Big Mustang fan. Anyway, that was his. I inherited that from him. It holds all sprays and liquids and things like that. So I got the TV up there. We'll have Amazon Fire here soon, so I can run Red Bull TV and YouTube, things like that. Computer's still here. That just helps when you're trying to look things up, when you're out here working on something, storage underneath and all that. But that is the first pass on the garage. Still need to do something about the flooring, which I'm going to do soon. So I need a bigger mat all the way across, something like that, just to make it more comfortable over there. But now it's ready. Any kind of bike stuff, any kind of car stuff, and then we can get on to the projects that I want to do with the welder. So that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.